Hello. Welcome back. So today we're going to do a tip for Twin Flame. We're going to see what the tip is for today. What's a tip? What's the twip? What's the twip today? I made a mistake the first time I did it and I called it a twip, which is kind of cool because it means Twin Flame tip. So what's the twip for today? What's the twin? I'm gonna mess this up. What's the Twin Flame tip for today? Please, just one card. What is the Twin Flame tip? I grabbed two, but let's just say it should be just the top one. Okay, yes, I have a theme this week. Woo, if you've been watching my other videos this week, there's definitely a theme. I need to hear it too. So expectations is a 3D paradigm. Divine life is 5D. They know better than ego. Yeah, so basically expectations is very ego driven. I know. When you have expectations, oh my gosh, I have expectations about so much. So much. So I get it. So expectations is no longer a thing. Now that we're in the 5D or 6D or 7D or 8D or whatever D you're in, I say 3D slash 4D. Expectations is what is the role that we're playing. That is the expectation to be. You are to be that way. You are supposed to have expectations in the third dimension and in the fourth dimension. But when you're on the twin flame journey and you're getting out of the third dimension and you are rising in vibration, expectations is no longer a thing. And trust me, if you have expectations, your soul will change it. Will absolutely change it. If you have expectations that your twin flame is coming back in body, your soul will change that. If you have zero expectation that your twin flame is coming back, they will most likely come back. It's usually the opposite. Now, the expectation, of course, having no expectation of your twin flame coming back is also in a very nice, gentle way. It's not like feeling like, oh, this person is bad or this person wronged me or this person isn't very nice and they're just not coming back. It's not, again, it's a very different perspective. It's a different perspective that they're already with you. So that's why there's no expectation of them coming back in physical body because they're already spiritually with you. And you already have this no doubt that the person loves you, the person's always with you, and the person's already married to you. And that's that. And there's no physical validation. So that's what the 5D is all about, is that there's no physical validation of it. And you're at peace with it. And so no expectation. But what ends up happening is the soul now is no longer blocked by you, right? The ego. And I'm not saying the ego is bad because I never think the ego is bad, by the way. But what happens is that once the ego releases that and says, I have no expectations, and we're already together, and it's already spiritual, and the whole 9 yards, right? It's all good. That's when the divine is no longer blocked, and the divine does what it needs to do. The divine is then going to line up your life in such a way that is so beautiful and better than you expected. Because you expected it to go this way, this way, this way, and the ego wanted it to be this way, this way, this way. And for some of us, we got it. I was one of those people. I got what I expected, and it turned out not to be so great. But then when I let go of the expectations, the soul gave me another something else, and it was pure magic. Just very magical is how I always describe it. And so, again, just letting go of expectations, not exacting appreciation for everything that you do, not expecting it to be a certain outcome. Like I'll give you a good example, a beautiful example. So last year was my birthday. Just like everyone else had a birthday last year. But in the summertime, I had zero expectation. I would decide to go to Disney World with my family, my sister and her family. And I actually expected it to not go so well because we're very different. Me and my sister, we're very just different people. We usually don't get along very well. We do, but we don't. We have our moments, you know. And so I really expected it to be a particular way that would not be good. And oh my God, was I wrong? It was like, because I had no expectations, my sister ended up paying pretty much for my whole trip. I was not expecting that. I kept saying, what do I owe you? What do I owe you? She paid for everything. It was my birthday, but I wasn't expecting her to do that for my birthday. Like I just didn't think she would do that. And when I mean she made it the most, she even gave me the master bedroom that she paid for while she slept in the twin room. I mean, just stuff like that. Like it was just so magical that I just didn't. And then what was kind of odd was that during this trip, I was in so much joy and I was feeling the magic so much, in Disney World, of course, that my twin flame called me for my birthday, you know, so it's like, it was like that type of thing, you know? And so, just magic, 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 right? And now me and my twin flame are living together. So, it's just very, everything's just magical. And, it's just not what you expect. Let's put it that way. Like nothing that you expect at all. And it's getting out of that 3D paradigm of oh, you know, like my intuition's telling me this is what's going to happen. And then when you project the future, the problem is it's the ghost lands and can be shifted. You don't know what timeline you're on. So as the minute you make a different choice, your timeline switches. There is no future. You can't say anything about the future. You just can't anymore. It's too shifty. So all you can ask now is, what do you need from me now? You can only be in the now, because if you ask about tomorrow, if you ask about the next day, if you ask about next year or even 5 years from now, it shifts so much based on your decisions and your perspectives and how much you're learning and how much you're growing. Everything switches around. And so you all you could do is say, okay, right now, my soul, what is it that you need from me? What do you want to do? How you want to do it? um, is this what you want now? Okay, and your soul will tell you. So yeah, expectations is a 3D paradigm. So that was the first twin flame tip. This one I don't know if I was supposed to read, but it just came out with it, so I'll read it anyway. It says, coming from a low vibration, such as lack and fear, needing physical reunion can't work. It's a high vibrational relationship. Yeah, so that kind of goes along with what I just said. So if you're in a lower vibration, I usually like to bring out my little thing here if you want to see it. Like if you're down, if you're feeling any of these emotions, like for instance desire for your twin flame, or any kind of lack, if you feel lack or fear, it doesn't have to be fear of your twin flame. It could just be fear of, you know, the government, right? Fear of COVID, fear of anything, right? Whatever you have fear of, it's bringing you down. It's bringing you to a very low vibration, and so and needing physical reunion is also bringing you into the third dimension, and it can't work. The twin flame relationship cannot work here. It'll just fall apart. Usually what will happen is your twin flame will feel like it'll mirror back to you that you're not good enough in some way. Then, you know, your twin flame will say they don't feel good enough, or they basically just come off as, oh, you know, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone has a different journey, right? So basically, a lot of twin flames tell me that their person just doesn't feel good enough, or blah blah blah. But what they're doing is they're mirroring back to you your inner wounds, like your inner child, right? And they're just letting you know that that needs to be fixed, that needs to be healed. Okay. And so, yeah, so the only way to really stay in physical twin flame union is really when you're up here, like peace, enlightenment. Oh my God, who knew there would be more? Okay. Integrating all of you, all parts of you. I know it gets tricky. Unity, maybe you get together in unity. That's when you really embody the we are all oneness. Okay. Anyway, just a little tip. I don't mean to be too complicated. Doesn't need to be complicated. Everyone has their own journeys, right? But basically, just not having expectations. Just not having expectations is a really good thing, and then you'll be surprised. Or let's just say your expectations are like, I don't really see anything come of it. But you can still be in joy where you're just like, oh, but it'll be fine, you know. You just might be pleasantly surprised. Not like the other video where it's like you feel like you're fated to suffer. Like you don't want that expectation either, right? You don't want to. You don't want to expect to suffer. Because if you do that too much in the third dimension, you can project that. So it's kind of weird. So it's almost like having joy and peace while having no expectations. It's really a tougher type of perspective in life. Is the best way I can describe it. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this TWIP of the day. And thank you. So, oh, you know what? And I do want to say that I do offer 1 hour mentorings, 1 hour life coachings, 1 hour where I release trapped emotions for people. I offer 1 hour tarot oracle readings. If you're interested, you can email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate all of you, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.